Hello and welcome to the Charmed Life podcast. I am your host, Tricia Carr. This excerpt is taken from one of my Mystic Arts Academy classes in which a student asked how to work with nature elementals and the Fae realm, and is it safe to do so since so many people claim that fairies are dangerous. If this mini episode intrigues you, then you may want to join the Mystic Arts Academy, as this coming Sunday is all about working with elementals and fairies. Click the link in this episode's description for more information and registration for the Mystic Arts Academy. I love fairies. I work with the nature spirit realm. Here's the thing. You could also read certain forums that would tell you that working with the spirit realm is bad because you could connect with demons, right? So there's dogma, there's fear-based perspectives, and I don't know why if you're just looking in metaphysical and spiritual forms and it comes to fairy that you do happen to find more of that in what is supposed to be a bit more open-minded kind of, thought. But here's the thing, is that that's fear-based. The end. If it's fear-based, if it's fear-based, it's not helpful. As it concerns the human race, are there murderers? Are there torturers? Are there acts of atrocity? So, yeah, it exists, right? And the spirit or the non-physical precedes the physical, right? Always, 100% of the time. The non-physical precedes the physical. And even if you're just saying, well, there's a thought or there's an intention, there is the spark of creation, which was source energy or God's intention to experience itself. And that was the first thought. That was, the Bible calls it, the Word was with God and the Word was God. It's the creation, God even existing is the experience of an energy experiencing itself. So everything always starts with a non-physical component, and maybe we just call that intention. And down the line of that which is unmanifested or is less manifested or is energetic, way down the line then is matter. So if in the world of matter, meaning like human beings, there are bad things, which just means things that we don't want to experience, in this perspective. I don't want to experience pain. I don't want to experience aggression. And then, of course, it exists in the non-physical. But I wanted to give it to you that way because it's not really mysterious to us that there are bad people, right? That's not mysterious. We just know that there is. So do you walk around in your life being afraid of murderers? Why do you not worry about murderers? Because you know that you make choices that generally keep you away from them, right? Or faith, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, some mix of that. And it's not helpful for you to walk around being afraid of murderers. It doesn't help the things that will help you to do the good in the world and, be happy generally. So you trust that there's wisdom that you know how to run and that there's intelligence that you know how to run and that just generally have gotten to a place where you're walking in a way that keeps you safe from that. Okay, so that's much more complex and difficult to do than to be safe in the realms where it's less physical, where it's non-physical, whether it's the realms of working with fairies or the realms of working with spirits, which would, if it includes things like demons or negative energies, it's much easier to be safer in the non-physical because it takes a lot more energy and practice to make something matter than it does to make something energetic. Energetic right now. Poof, when we had that prayer, did you feel good? You chose to feel good. Because you know what? I could bring my mother-in-law in on that, who is like a TBN, and she hears me say some of the things I said. She's going to choose to feel bad. She's going to choose to be afraid. And that's her choice, sorry to throw my mother-in-law under the bus, but it's just true. It's just that's how she is. That's her belief structure. And so that it is all about that I am energy, and that the I am energy is what you run, your sovereignty, and understanding that you have sovereign free will to conduct a state that is of your choosing. You have absolute free will about that. And that's all that it takes when we're talking about the realms of non-physical, working with nature spirits or working with the higher frequency spirits. that it's just your state that brings in the experiences. It's true in the physical world as well. So if you've already mastered that almost entirely, like I, you know what I mean? Like there's, and again, this, we got to take away, we got to just release the questions that say, wait, so we're saying that bad people did deserve to die. No, that's not what we're saying. We're just, I'm simplifying it so we can understand how we actually have, we are in management of our state. And so here's the thing about all of the realms is that we're always working with them whether we know we are or not. And as it concerns going back to the nature spirit realm or the elementals and the fae and everything, what they're known for is to take care of nature and animals and all of that, and that's true. But they actually just take care of the creation process. So we're running, we have our vibration, which becomes a frequency. That frequency sends a signal out to the field. The field answers it with the components that create matter. And the building blocks of matter, when we get to the, you know, the things that we want to experience, is like the four elements. So it's kind of like the fifth element calls forth the four elements. And the nature spirits are bringing those. They're basically like, they're kind of like, if I imagine them, which is just a way for me to understand. It's not literally like this, but I kind of imagine them going, okay, bring the water to her. She wants to be healthier. You know what I mean? Like they're bringing the buckets of water or whatever it is, just to, I have a cartoon mind, but they're actually, we do work with them. What is true about them is because they are vibrating more closely to the will and the frequency of ecology, of nature, and, you know, of Gaia. And Gaia's frequency, her signature, is very close to source energy, especially as, you know, from our perspective. And so they are unity consciousness is what we're talking about, but as it concerns the realm of creation, of you know, Gaia creating the earth. And so they will sort of they will kind of trip you up sometimes in order to help to wake you up. Some people kind of like see this as they take revenge on people who are, you know, bad with nature or something like that, who do things that are against nature. And, you know, that's just the process. So it's the frequency that they're running will bring disturbances, because they're running a frequency that is calling together things that are, let's say, polluting of or disrespectful of or whatever it is. It will just naturally, it's just the cause and effect law, and it will bring that forward. Now, what I have found personally, they're known as mischievous, but I think they're just kind of interrupting frequencies that are not, and like they're interrupting energy patterns that are not serving nature, and that means you as well, because you are nature. So sometimes people will be like, oh, fairies hid my crystal. And when I find things misplaced in my room or something like that, and there's no other explanation, it's not because they just want to, like, you know, for shits and giggles and make fun of you. It probably is because whatever thought pattern you had going on where you were, and this is how I like to look at it. If it's like, oh, I'm looking for this particular thing. Let's say my keys are misplaced and there's no logical reason why. Okay, then maybe I need to come a little bit more present before I go get in the car or something like that. And that's what I choose to reframe it as. And then something wonderful will happen from it because of the unconditional positive expectation. And then so far as working with them, it's just you attract what you are in anything, in the people that you are, the people that you're connecting with, but certainly with that realm as well. They're reading intention. Yeah. The reason they're known for being mischievous or interrupting in that way, a little more obviously than, let's say, the more outer realms, they're the inner planes, is because they are at the precipice of manifestation. So it shows up. Whereas they're tighter wave frequencies. So little things show up, and we can become a little bit more aware of it, as opposed to something that's the more expanded waveform in the outer frequencies. So you know what I mean? Like we do have interruptions and everything happening from spirit, you know, but a lot of times that just looks like what's not manifesting for you, because your frequency isn't really aligned with your higher self, and so it doesn't manifest for you. And that's a little more passive seeming than it is with the nature spirits who are in the quicker realms. Really, like it's really fast in those places. So then, you know, we kind of see that it's then labeled as mischievous, but I don't see it as such. I like to see it as a help rather than mischief. Your higher intention is to be helpful and to be a blessing, and that's what they were helping you to align with. If you enjoyed this or any of the Charmed Life podcast episodes, I invite you to like, subscribe, share, or comment, or leave us a review on Apple iTunes or however you get your podcasts. Thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are. I'm so excited to announce the 2020 Energy Intensive with me, Tricia Carr, and my partner, Crystal Ann Compton. The Energy Intensive is an 8-week, comprehensive program that teaches and activates energy healing modalities. This program is unique, it is brand new, and it is cutting edge. It's also perfect for anyone who's interested in healing and energy, and particularly for intuitive people, for metaphysical seekers, and for spiritual practitioners. To learn more about the 2020 Energy Intensive, click the link in the description of this episode.